In the last video, we tied this 11-part 4-Bight-Casa Knot with a hole in each side so that it will have a place for this T to stick out. In this video, we're going to tie a herringbone interweave using the over method to tie it. So there's the run list so that you can make a screenshot. Now, in the last video. Now normally I would just put it right there, which I will this time, but with this being the over method, if we just go out, over, and then come in over and follow right there, that's what I would do if we're tying it all with the same string. But I'm going to tie it with a blue string so it's easy for us to see our pairs. So I'm going to just stop that right next to my standing end. And I'm going to take my blue and we're going to go just over under all the way up through the knot. But we start with an over on the right hand side of our standing end, doing the opposite of the standing end because we're following the strand to our left. So it's over, under, over, under, over, under. Let me pull my string. And then we just continue following the string, over, under, over, under. And that brings us to the top. And if we were doing a regular herringbone, we'd be going under that X right there. But this is the over method, so we're going to go over this string and over that string to go over our X. So this over is right here, and this over is right there. And then we go under, over, and under 2X. So over, under, over, and I'll pull my slack. See how we went over our X, and we want to have this loop like that so that we're over that X. Okay, we did over, under, over. Now we're doing under. See, there's our over, under 2. And we split that pair. And then it's over, and under 2. Over, under, over. Let me pull my slack. And there's our over, so there's our under 2, and we split that pair. Now we just got over, under, over. Over, under, over. And see, there's our X, and we're doing the over, so it's over there and over there. And that is right here. So we got a over, and then under 2. Over, and under 2, splitting that pair. Now we got us another over, and under 2. So it's over, under 2. Let me pull my slack. And then we're going to rotate here so that we can go. Let me straighten this out a little. So we got to go over, under, over. So here's our over, under, and there's our over out over this top bight. Just like that. Now, this is our first 3X. So we've got an over here and we got an over 2 there. So there's our over going out. There's our over 2 coming in. And we'll go under right there, and we're following that strand. Right there. And it's under, over, and then under 2. So there's our under, over, under 2. Split that pair. And then we got an over 2, so we go over 2 and split that pair, and then it is under, over, under 2, so it's under, over, under 2, and split that pair. Now we've got us an over 2, right here is over 2, and then it's under, over. So we go over 2 and split that pair, and then it's under, over. And now with this over and this over 2, that's a 3X. So we're going out over 1, coming in over 2. Split that pair. And then we have an under, over. So there's our under, over, and then under 2, and split that pair. Now we have over 2, so we go over 2 and split that pair. And then we got under, over, under, over. Then we go under 2 and split that pair. And then this is supposed to be up here on top of this loop. So there is our over 2 and then under, over. So over 2, splitting this pair, and go under, and then here's our over for the start of our 3X. So we go over this one coming out of the knot, and we go over those 2, splitting that pair coming into the knot, and then an under 2 right here. Over 2, under 2. So right here's our over 2, under 2. Come on, right there. And now we got an over, and then an under 2, over 2. So it's over and under 2, splitting that pair, and an over 2, splitting that pair, and then an under 2, splitting that pair. So that was those 3. I better pull my string. Now we got it over, and then an under 2, over 2, under 2. So over, right here, see where we have 2 red ones together? So we go over 1, now it's under 2, split a pair, over 2, split a pair, under 2, which is the standing end of our interweave knot, and then out over 1. Okay, here's our 3X, there's our over, which is right there, and then we have an over 2 and an under 2. So we've come out over, so we go in over 2, under 2, splitting that pair. We go over 1, under 2 to split that pair. Over 2 to split that pair. Under 2 and split that pair. And that gets us to right there. And we go over 1, under 2. So over 1, under 2, and then it's over 2, under 2, over. So right there's our over, under 2, over 2, split that pair, under 2, split that pair, and go out over that outside bight. See it right there? A little twist. Coming around that corner. There we go. So we come out over. Now we're coming in over 2 to do our 3X, and then we're going to go under 2, split that pair, and this is our last pass, so it's just over 2, under 2, all the way down, splitting pairs. So here we are. We come out over, we come in over 2 for our 3X, and it's under 2, splitting a pair, over 2, splitting a pair, and under 2, splitting a pair. Over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair. My knot's filling up just about right. Okay, over 2, split a pair, under 2, split a pair, and then we're coming out over right there. Now, if we would have, and that just comes out over, and that meets our standing end, so that our knot is finished. Now, if we tied this all with one string, like I was saying to begin with, this string would have come over this standing end of the knot, and then it would have went in over 2 and started right there. Well, it had been over 1, under 1, but it would have went right there and finished the knot. And then when we got here, this would be our only standing end, and I would just come under those 2 and turn right there to bury my string, because that would be the cleanest finish. And then I could take this out and go over 2 and under, and this could come clear out underneath, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this could go up through 4. But this is kind of a fun knot to tie. It has a pretty pattern. Ties pretty straight. So I hope you will try tying this knot. Thank you for watching.